Dude the dog, you might want to give Ben some pointers on the proper fur boy etiquette at Auradon. It looks like he needs some help controlling that temper of his. And while you're at it, can you talk to Audrey and tell her to take things down a notch? You know, things are getting pretty wild when a talking dog is the most reasonable subject in the kingdom of Auradon. Carlos's dog from the Disney's Descendants franchise is a loyal companion and a hilarious jokester. He even helped the gang outsmart Uma and her crew in D2. But there's much more to Dude the dog than that. Here's the truth about the Auradon Prep campus mutt that stole Carlos's heart.
Man, that thing was nasty. And you? You just gotta man up.
Don't you guys think it's weird that Dude the dog just came out of nowhere when Ben was timing Carlos's run? Seriously, where did that little guy come from? There's a chance it was set up that way all along. Ben is a smart and compassionate leader as the Prince of Auradon. After all, it was his idea to bring some of the villain kids off the Isle and onto the royal soil. He must have known how difficult that transition would be for Carlos and his friends. When Ben introduces Carlos to Dude, he seems to be pretty familiar with him already. It's almost as if Ben set up this little encounter for Carlos so he could have an emotional support animal to get him through the transition to his new life. We can just picture it. Ben sees that Carlos is to this strange new place, so he tells Carlos to meet him in the field to run some drills. Little does Carlos know that Ben arranged for Dude the dog to meet them in the field. You can tell that Dude is super excited to meet his new friend. A little too excited even. Carlos runs away in fear because of everything his mom told him about dogs. She called them vicious, rabid pack animals. In fact, Cruella de Vil instilled a deep, irrational fear of all canine creatures into her son's brain, even the ones as cute and harmless as Dude. So it's no wonder Carlos headed for the forest and up the nearest tree to get away from the furry little guy. Ben picks up the dog and tries to coax Carlos down from the tree, and then something very telling happens. Ben introduces Dude and Carlos as if that was his plan all along. Ben wanted Carlos to get over his phobia of dogs so that he could make a new friend. Carlos has no choice but to confront his false beliefs about Dude. He realizes that Dude doesn't look like a vicious, rabid pack animal. Did you guys see the smile on Carlos's face when Ben put Dude in his arms? It was as if their friendship was meant to be. When you think about it, Dude really changed Carlos's life for the better. But we'll get to that in a minute. First, there's another truth that is glaringly obvious about Carlos and Dude. Have you ever noticed that people tend to look and act like their pets? This is definitely the case between Carlos and Dude. Carlos has a lot of the same characteristics as his pooch. He's loyal, cute, sweet, and hilarious. Though we didn't know about the last one until Dude started talking in Descendants 2.
And while you're at it, scratch my butt.
You heard him?
Dude and Carlos both love sweets. Remember in the limo when the villain kids were leaving the Isle of the Lost in the first movie? Carlos kept shoving chocolate in his mouth. Later in D2, Dude stole the truth gummy right out of Mal's hand. These two are a lot alike. Also in Descendants 2, Carlos and Dude have almost the same hairstyle. It's no wonder they hit it off right from the start. Okay, remember when we said we would get to the part where Dude changed Carlos's life for the better? Here's what we mean by that. Before Dude came along, Carlos was a total scaredy-cat. He was even afraid of the statue that transformed King Adam into his beast form in front of Auradon Prep. As soon as Dude was able to speak, he told Carlos to take charge and ask Jane out already. He helped Carlos get over his fear of dogs. He was even the reason that Carlos was finally able to stand up to his mom. Granted, it was over a video conference while he stayed safely in Auradon, and Cruella was still trapped on the Isle, but still. He told her to give it a rest. That's huge, you guys. Dude the dog is responsible for Carlos finally asking Jane to the cotillion. If Dude hadn't encouraged him with his doggy pep talk, Carlos might have missed out on having Jane for a girlfriend.
If she does not like you, then she is not the one for you.
You really are a man's best friend.
And we all know how much he adores her. Dude's influence has been powerful over Carlos in a majorly positive way. And can we talk about Dude's role in rescuing Ben and outsmarting Uma? Mal and her crew would never have been able to pull that off without Dude. When they brought the fake wand for Uma, they needed to prove to her that it was real before she released Ben. We all know that wand was a fake replica made with the 3D printer in Carlos's room, so they needed something undeniably convincing to trick Uma into believing the wand was real. Thankfully, Dude the dog was there. Mal pointed to Dude and said, "Talk, dog."
Does this vest make me look fat?
classic Dude. Carlos and Dude have been through a lot together. We wonder how this hilarious companion will help the villain kids in Descendants 3. What's your favorite Dude the dog moment from the Descendants movies? Tell us in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up if you think Dude the dog changed Carlos's life. And be sure to subscribe to The Things for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.